Hey, what's happening, guys? First of all, thank you so much for all the support on the podcast, the first episode. I just woke up from a nap. Didn't get much sleep last night, but we got everything done that we needed to get done today. Work was great, and I'm easy chilling right now. Thank you guys so much for the support on the podcast. All my friends and family, that means a lot. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it that you guys found it good, found it helpful. Hopefully it touched you guys in a good way, man. And I don't plan on doing too many podcasts like consistently, like every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to do them when I want. I'm going to do them when they feel good. That way it keeps fresh. So don't expect any sort of schedule like that or anything. Right now I'm feeling it, and I want to do one. And it just so happens that I did one yesterday. But thank you so much. I really do appreciate all of the support, guys. It means a lot. I hope it helped you guys think in a different way and in a positive way. So, yeah, I really do appreciate it, man. On today's episode, I just wanted to talk about not paying attention to people, man. Because, what is that? Is that my cat? Somebody trying to kill me? Anyway, not paying attention to people, man. Because if you're dead set on a goal and you tell everybody about it, I kind of touched base on that last time. If you have a dead set goal and you tell everybody about it and you don't succeed in that goal, or you come up with some like failure in that goal before it's completed, a lot of that gets into your mentality, man, because you already told that person that you're about to do this, but you didn't do it today. That gets in the way of progress to me. So what I would recommend, and it doesn't work for everybody. What I do does not work for everybody. I'm just telling you what I've done and some of the things that I've succeeded. Most of them, like when I went up on stage to do stand-up comedy for the first time, I did not let a single person know. I didn't even let my mom know that I was going up there and doing it, because I knew that if I let somebody know, they would want to come to that show, and that's just a lot of extra anxiety on top of what I'm already doing. It takes a lot of balls to go up in front of somebody and try to make them laugh. I don't need to try to have a whole mess of people come in that situation and me completely bomb, which I don't think I would have. But it's nice to not let people know about your goals, man, because the most important person that needs to succeed in that goal is you. That person that you just told doesn't need to know, because ultimately you're doing it for yourself. And if you're not doing it for yourself, then who the fuck are you doing it for, brother? I mean, you could be doing it for your mom, your dad, your family, but at the end of the day, everything you do in life, you need to do it for your own character and your own integrity. Do it for yourself, man, because at the end of the day, you're going to be buried alone, and you're going to have nothing to show for it. I was listening to a podcast yesterday. Of course, it was Joe Rogan, and it was David Goggins. He's a former Navy SEAL. He used to be just like me. He used to be a real bigger dude and just turned his life completely around, which I mean, I haven't turned my life completely around yet. But like I said, he was a bigger guy, and one day he just got fed up with it, man. Like he was like, I'm going to be a Navy SEAL. So he started running every day until he like was near death. Anyway, fast forward to that. He was telling me something that really stuck with me, and I heard it last night. He said, when you're in front of God at the end of your days, when he passes judgment on you and you're standing in front of him, he's going to be sitting there and he's going to be saying, oh, well, Caius Hammond, okay? He's going to tell you your height, your weight, and what you are. Let's say, for instance, he says, oh, a Navy SEAL. Says you're a Navy SEAL, and you inspired these people. You did this podcast, and it touched a lot of lives. And you joined this competition, and You influence a lot of people amongst your peers. And then he said, this is what you could have been. He said, that's what you could have been. But instead, you chose the different path that was not set for you, and you chose to stay at home and say no to a lot of things and not take a whole lot of opportunities. And that stuck with me, man, because what Goggins was saying, he's saying when he steps in front of God, he does not want God to say that he could have been better. Like he wasted potential. And we all have potential, ladies and gentlemen. We all have potential to be the things that we want to be in life. And we have all the tools that we need. But there's a lot of different factors that get in the way of that. And I don't know, it might just be me, but I hear from a lot of folks who have been through hardships and have gotten through stuff that when they don't tell anybody about their goals, it's a lot easier to complete. Because when you fail, you don't have some Facebook post saying that you were doing this and you weren't as consistent as you said you were going to be. So it really affects the value of your mentality. And you don't want anything to get in the way, man. You need to be zeroed in. You need to be focused on everything, and just keep a steady path on what you need to do in life. And don't worry about other people, man. Fuck people, because people, like I said in the last one, they might be your friends, they might be your family, but ultimately, if they see you climb that ladder, then they're gonna start feeling some type of way about themselves, man. And they're gonna either hope that you're down there with them, or some sort of other scenario where you don't succeed. And that's just human nature, man. It ain't their fault. It's literally embedded in our brain, and it's just you don't want to be that guy down there while everybody else is climbing the ladder. So on to the next thing. I was talking about diffusing bad situations, man. For instance, today I had a coworker who kind of blew up a little bit. Super great guy, love him to death. He's a great teacher. I think he's a mentor. However, I stepped out of line. I really did. I did something that affected his process that could have got him in trouble. Leave it at that. Dude was pretty mad. He's already had a bad day. It's early in the morning. Older fella, and he was not happy with what I did. So he came up to me and he was pretty mad. And I was like, at first I was sitting there and I was like, man, like it really wasn't as bad as you're saying it was. But then I started thinking about it from his perspective, and I was like, man, if I would have messed something up, it would have been on him, and that ain't fair. That ain't cool, man. So anytime you guys get into some type of situation where it's kind of like there's a lot of animosity involved, and you feel like you're being attacked or something like that, just take a breath a little bit. Take time to pause, because you'd be surprised on how much time you have, really. The adrenaline starts pumping in your head when you're about to get in an altercation, like just verbally. I'm not saying that we were going to fight or anything, but you have a lot more time than you think you do. And so just sit there, man, and think about what's happening. Like, I was in the wrong. I really was. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of what am I trying to say? It takes a lot of guts to accept when you're wrong. But I knew this. I knew this fella, and I knew he was already having a bad day. And what I did, I should have known better. I shouldn't have stepped in and did what I did. So I said I was sorry. Kind of just made this big thing smaller. That way we can both not get into anything bigger. I don't want anything to happen that is bigger than it needs to be, because that's just a whole lot of wasted energy, brother. Like, our time on this planet is short, so why make it so negative? At least keep it on the positive end. And even if it is negative, you can always learn from that, man. But But yeah, just try to diffuse some of them situations instead of like jumping into them. I know a lot of people that are my age, like I was saying in the last podcast, a lot of people are, you know, they're upset and they're mad and they're angry because all of these things are inside of their head, and they feel like there's stuff that they have that they want to release to the world, but they don't know how, and they're kind of just frustrated going back and forth in this world, and it's hard to sit back and realize what's happening for real. And it's really not as bad as you think it is. So just try to diffuse more of those situations instead of making them larger. There's no reason to make anything worse than it needs to be. So I said I was sorry. Ultimately, he said he was sorry, and old dude spent the entire time after that teaching me things, and that's exactly what I wanted, you know, and it all worked out, you know, and it honestly, it was probably the best possible thing that could have happened. And all it was just, you know, it took me myself to realize what I was doing, and, you know, not get too anxious or too shaky, and just accept that I was wrong, but at the same time, you know, just let him know that I wasn't trying to do what he intended, but I was sorry that it worked out the way it did. And then he apologized for the way that he reacted. That's all it was, man. So just think about stuff like that, man. And like I was saying earlier, you can learn from whatever is given to you, man. It can be a bad situation. You learn from it. It's a good situation at the end of the day. So you can always make it good. You can always make it a good situation. If you learn from something, then it's not a bad situation, and it's not bad at all. But yeah, man, I really appreciate talking to you guys, man. I mean, it helps me out a lot. I got a lot of stuff in my head that I think all the time, and I wish I could remember all of them. Like when I'm at work, I got all kinds of ideas that I would like to talk to you guys, and I wish I could just like snap my fingers and teleport myself in this room and just click that button and start talking, but I can't. And I try my best to remember all the stuff that I was wanting to talk about. I think this is a good enough episode right here. I want to keep them short, but yeah, man, just like a little recap, you know, don't pay attention to people. Don't put all your energy into people. Worry about yourself and yourself alone, man. And you'll progress in this life, and you'll succeed. Don't always rely on other people's energy to get by. Their expectation is not what you can succeed. You can succeed any way that you want without their expectation, and probably more than what you would if you actually had their expectation. Diffusing bad situations, make every bad situation a good situation. It's possible, and just learn, man. Learn from all of it. So, all right, guys. Well, it's our weekend. I hope you guys have an excellent weekend, and I hope you keep it safe. Keep it safe. Keep it with a whole lot of love, and let's make sure we make it to the next one, man. Make it a good one. Even though it's the weekend, remember that you can't waste this time relaxing all the time. You know, just these are where we have all kinds of time to think of new things and ideas and things that we can get done. So I hope it's very productive. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I hope you guys have a good one, man. Hope you guys have a good weekend. I appreciate it, man. Hope you guys have a good day, good weekend, and a good year. I'll see you guys on the next one.